Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here, and today I wanted to share more details with you on how I created this really super cool kind of 3D 6x8 scrapbook layout for October Daily, and I created this one for the Traci Reed Designs creative team using the brand new Haunting digital collection. And so what I thought I would show you specifically is how I created these blobby circles, I guess I'll call them. So let me just show you how these looked before I put the layout together. And so basically there are 4 layers to this layout. The black top layer, which consists of the black patterned paper in the collection and the largest blobby circle. And then the next layer is the purple patterned paper with a somewhat smaller blobby circle. And then the third sort of framing layer, which was the green patterned paper with an even smaller blobby circle. And then of course there's a background vellum. I put this all on the blue plaid that's included in the collection, printed on vellum for that kind of see-through look. And so the pages that you see here are what I brought into the silhouette and added registration marks, sized them so that they are 7 by 8 1/4 in the silhouette, and then cut them out. But I wanted to just show you how I created these circles and what are things you can do to make this process really easy. And also if you are a new to digital scrapbooking person, then also how you can cut out those circles in Photoshop itself so that you can add your elements. You also may want to size them down as you get smaller, as your circles get smaller and as you go deeper into the layout, so that you get the sense of scale. So I'm going to open a new 8.5 by 11 document, 300 ppi. There, boom, that's layer 1. I'm going to add layer 2. And on layer 2, I'm going to create the base rectangle. It doesn't matter what you fill this with, but to help us kind of visualize it, I'm going to use black today. And so I'm just going to click here and tell it I want a 7-inch wide by 8.25 inch high rectangle. There. And so this is our base page. And then on the next layer, so let's add another layer. I'm going to go back to the shape tool and go to the ellipse tool. And this one I want to fill with white so that you can see it. And so I want you to think about your blobby circles as concentric circles. So if you're creating your top layer here, you're going to have the biggest circle. And so I'm just going to start anywhere in here and just sort of draw. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It doesn't have to be, you can put it anywhere here on the page. Just keep in mind that you do want to be able to have some good real estate inside the circles. So start out with a pretty big one, and of course you can go into your move tool and sort of make it a little bit bigger if you want. And then that looks pretty good. Then we're going to go to the pen tool. And in the pen tool, you'll see the pen tool itself, freeform pen, curvature pen, blah, blah, blah. We're going to use the freeform pen. And when you click on that, you'll notice that 4 little rectangles appear on each north, south, east, and west points of your circle. And there's a little pen thing. And if you know about creating text on a shape, this is where you've probably seen this before. But if you click on any one of these rectangles, it will ask to turn the live shape into a regular path. That's fine. And then, whoa, look here, we have a fun little interactive wonky thing going on. And this is the start of creating your wonky circles. Okay? Yes. Okay. And so then let's go here and pull this out. Instead of unclicking, just stay clicked on the rectangle, and it will help you make the shape more funky. And so this is how you can create your own little wonky circles. And notice how your circle changes as you unclick each time. And I call these, it looks like a seesaw. I call these handlebars. They probably have a more official term, but they control how your curve looks. So if you bring them in, then you're going to have a sharper curve. If you bring them further out, you're going to have a more gentle curve. And I think gentle curves are probably a good thing for this layout. But it's totally up to you. And, you know, one thing I like is the unpredictability sometimes of this. You know, once you get the hang of it, you can make the shape look exactly like you want it. But for something like this, you know, I don't know exactly what I want the circles to look like. I just want them to be blobby little circles that give you some kind of visual interest and a nice little frame for all your elements. So once you get your circle how you like it, you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. In fact, don't spend a lot of time on it. Go ahead and select your ellipse and your rectangle in your layers menu. And with those two selected, go up to layer and you'll see combine shapes. And under combine shapes, you have the option of uniting the shapes, subtracting the front shape, unite the shapes at overlap, or subtract the shapes that overlap. And I bet you can guess we're going to subtract the front shape there. And that gives you the transparency, especially if you're a digital scrapbooker and you want to go ahead and plan you want to go ahead and create your whole layout. Or if you are a hybrid scrapbooker and you want to go ahead and fill everything in and then print it, it's up to you. I did not do that. I just printed out the pattern papers in the silhouette and added the embellishments later. So now you're probably asking me, how do you, once you have the shapes subtracted, what do you do with the pattern paper? And so I've already pulled up the 4 pattern papers that I used for this layout into a stack here in Photoshop. And so I'm going to just Control C, go in the Move tool. Alright, Control C, there we go. And then Control V, that pattern paper, into my layout here. I'm also going to size this pattern down a little bit so that it's a little more in scale with the project size itself. 8.5 is probably a good scale. And then you just right click on that layer, create your clipping mask, and then you have it. Now, you can go ahead and send this into Silhouette like this, but I do recommend sending it in with a filled blob because it will help with the tracing. It will help Silhouette find those edges better, and you won't have to do so much adjusting to get that blob cut right within the Silhouette. But either way works really well, and I thought you might enjoy seeing 2 ways that you can do that. I hope you have fun with this page idea and experiment for yourself. You could do all sorts of concentric shapes, concentric stars, concentric rainbows, anything that you can think of. You're only limited by your own imagination. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will be sharing the full process video as well, and so I'll see you there. Bye-bye.